Ever since humanity first looked up at the stars, we've been filled with a sense of wonder. Are we alone? What other secrets does the vast, dark expanse of space hold? For decades, we've sent probes, telescopes, and rovers into the cosmos, each one a tiny messenger sent to peel back the layers of the universe. And every so often, we find something so unexpected, so monumental, that it changes our understanding of everything. Today, we're talking about one of those discoveries, a finding that sounds like it's been pulled straight from a science fiction novel. We're talking about the time NASA found Atlas. Now, before your imagination runs wild with images of ancient gods or hidden civilizations, let's clarify what we mean by Atlas. This isn't a mythological figure found etched on a Martian rock. This Atlas is a celestial body, a moon to be precise, orbiting the majestic ring planet, Saturn. And while its name might evoke images of strength and grandeur, the real Atlas is a tiny, peculiar, and utterly fascinating world. It's a discovery that reminds us that the universe is not just vast, but also incredibly weird and wonderful. So, how did we find this little moon? The story begins with one of NASA's most ambitious and successful missions, the Voyager program. In the late 1970s, the spacecraft Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 were launched on a grand tour of the outer solar system. Their journey would take them past Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, providing us with our first close-up look at these gas giants and their families of moons. In 1980, as Voyager 1 swung by Saturn, its cameras captured a treasure trove of images. Scientists back on Earth pored over this data, and amidst the breathtaking pictures of Saturn's rings, they spotted something. A tiny, faint dot hugging the outer edge of Saturn's A ring, the outermost of the bright, main rings. This tiny dot was officially designated as 1980 S28. It was later given the official name Atlas, in keeping with the tradition of naming Saturn's moons after the titans of Greek mythology. In the myths, Atlas was the titan condemned to hold up the sky for eternity. And in a wonderfully poetic sense, our little moon Atlas seems to do something similar. It orbits right at the edge of the A-ring, acting as what we call a shepherd moon. It's as if it's holding the edge of the ring in place, preventing the ring particles from spreading out into space. A tiny celestial shepherd tending its flock of icy particles. For many years, our knowledge of Atlas was limited to those grainy Voyager images. We knew it was small, estimated to be about 30 kilometers or 19 miles in diameter. We knew its orbit, but its true shape and nature remained a mystery. It was just another faint point of light in the Saturnian system. But that all changed with the arrival of another groundbreaking NASA mission, Cassini. The Cassini-Huygens spacecraft arrived at Saturn in 2004, beginning a remarkable 13-year mission to study the planet, its rings, and its moons in unprecedented detail. Cassini was equipped with a suite of powerful instruments capable of capturing images far sharper than Voyager ever could, and one of its many targets was the enigmatic moon, Atlas. In June 2005, Cassini made a close flyby of Atlas, and the images it sent back were simply jaw-dropping. They revealed a shape unlike any other moon we had ever seen. Atlas wasn't a sphere, or even a lumpy potato like many other small moons. It was a flying saucer. Seriously, it has a distinct, flattened, saucer-like shape with a prominent, smooth equatorial ridge running all the way around its middle. It looks like the saucer's stuck together, or maybe a cosmic ravioli. This bizarre shape immediately set the scientific community buzzing. How could a moon possibly form like this? The leading theory is that Atlas is what's known as a rubble pile moon. It's not a single, solid piece of rock, but rather a collection of smaller chunks of ice and rock held together loosely by their own weak gravity. The story of its formation is tied directly to Saturn's magnificent rings. Scientists believe that Atlas started its life as a small, more or less spherical core, but as it orbited within or near the rings, it began to sweep up ring material. Imagine Atlas as a tiny celestial vacuum cleaner. Over millions of years, loose, Icy particles from the A-ring were gently pulled in by Atlas's gravity. Because of the dynamics of its orbit, this material didn't just pile on randomly. It preferentially collected around the moon's equator. Layer by layer, particle by particle, this material built up, creating the massive, smooth, flying saucer ridge we see today. The core of Atlas might be the original, ancient moonlet, while the equatorial bulge is a relatively recent addition, a skirt made from the very ring it shepherds. This makes Atlas a fascinating natural laboratory for understanding how moons and planets might form. The process of accretion, where small bodies gather material to grow larger, is a fundamental concept in planetary science. Atlas gives us a real-life, ongoing example of this process in action. It's a snapshot of moon formation, frozen in time. The smoothness of the ridge suggests it's made of very fine, loosely packed material, almost like cosmic powder. Cassini's later flybys gave us even more details. We learned that Atlas is incredibly porous, far less dense than water. If you could somehow place it in a giant cosmic ocean, it would float. This supports the rubble pile theory. It's mostly empty space between the loosely collected chunks of ice. The surface is bright, reflecting a lot of sunlight, which is typical for icy bodies in the outer solar system. But despite its smooth appearance from a distance, closer images show some craters on the central core, peeking out from under the equatorial ridge. These craters are battle scars, evidence of a history of impacts from other space debris before the ridge was fully formed. The discovery of Atlas and the subsequent revelations from Cassini fundamentally changed our view of the relationship between moons and rings. We used to think of them as separate entities, but Atlas, along with its neighbor Pan, which also has a similar but less pronounced equatorial ridge, shows us that moons can be born from rings, and their very existence can shape the structure of the rings. It's a dynamic, interconnected system, a delicate dance of gravity and matter playing out over eons. So, when we say NASA found Atlas, we're talking about a multi-stage discovery that spanned decades. First, the initial detection by Voyager, a whisper of a hint from the edge of the rings. Then, the stunning reveal by Cassini, which turned that faint dot into a tangible, bizarre, and beautiful world. It's a testament to the power of long-term space exploration, where one mission builds upon the discoveries of the last, each one adding a new piece to the puzzle. The story of Atlas isn't just about a weirdly shaped moon. It's a story about our own curiosity and ingenuity. It's about building machines that can travel for years across billions of miles of empty space, arrive at a distant world, and send back data that reshapes our cosmic perspective. Every image from Cassini, every data point, was a hard-won victory for science and engineering. The Cassini mission ended in 2017 with a dramatic plunge into Saturn's atmosphere. But its legacy lives on in the data it collected. Scientists are still sifting through it, and we are still learning new things about Saturn, its rings, and its incredible family of over 80 moons, including the strange and wonderful Atlas. This tiny shepherd moon, this cosmic flying saucer, continues to inspire and puzzle us, reminding us that even in our own solar system, there are still so many wonders waiting to be understood. The universe is full of surprises, and with each new discovery, we get a little closer to understanding our place within it. Thanks for joining us on this journey to the edge of Saturn's rings. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the solar system's strangest objects, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more stories from the frontiers of space exploration. Let us know in the comments what other celestial mystery you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video.